it's unfortunate that so many people are left with that sour taste in their mouth after going through something so cool.
Matt James is revealing all of the tea cut from his season of The Bachelor in his new book, First Impressions. Hey guys, and welcome back to another shared news. We've got all the details you need to know about Matt James' new memoir, but before we get into it, you guys know the drill. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on any future videos. As always, I'm your host and Bachelor expert, Zachary Reality, and I am so excited to read Matt James's new memoir, First Impressions, when it hits bookstores May 3rd. It's been a year since his controversial season of The Bachelor ended, and there has been so many unanswered questions about his season and how he was able to forgive Rachel that are finally going to be answered. So Matt James has been on a little bit of a press tour promoting his new book, talking about all of the things you can expect to read and what really was cut from the show. Matt knows there was a lot of things that didn't make sense to the viewer. Matt says, "I shared all of those things in the book so that the women who were pursuing me as well as the viewers had context to why I was the way I was. And when they didn't have that context, there was just a lot of things that didn't add up." So yes, he is going there, and it even seems like he's going to be calling out the producers a little bit and the show, because it's only been a year since his season ended, so I'm not really sure why his contract seems a little bit looser than everyone else's. Usually bachelors and bachelorettes wait a few years to write a tell-all book, but Matt is setting the record straight in a lot of ways. He's going to be talking about what it's like to be the first Black Bachelor, his brother going to jail, the backlash he got from the show, and the reason he didn't propose to Rachel Kirkconnell at the end. You know, usually we expect to see a proposal, but not as much in recent years. No, Matt says in regards to the proposal, "I'm not nervous about that because the process allowed me to dig into myself and be like, if I'm gonna do this, it's gonna be done one way, and that's letting it all hang out, to be vulnerable and just allow people to be pulled in." The timeline between Matt and Rachel was very unclear to most Bachelor fans because they left the show together as boyfriend and girlfriend. However, they did in fact break up while the episodes were airing once Rachel's past of attending a racially insensitive plantation party in college hit the internet. Now, this ended up being a ripple effect in Bachelor Nation, as the host, Chris Harrison, was even fired from the franchise in result of defending Rachel over her past unmoral actions when she was in college. Now, Matt says that the timeline is very unclear, but he is here to clear it up. He says a lot of people going into After the Final Rose didn't realize that we've broken up because they're not on Instagram, Twitter, or whatever. So they didn't talk a few weeks before After the Final Rose, which was hosted by Emmanuel. However, Matt notes that they did leave the stage that day hand in hand. They got back together, they solved things, and it wasn't shown at the tell-all because Matt says, well, you have to stick to the script, which basically implies that the tell-all After the Final Rose is scripted, and I don't really think that the producers in the show wanted Matt to be with Rachel. I guess they wanted to set an example that Matt shouldn't take Rachel back after her inappropriate actions in the past. However, Matt was able to forgive Rachel, and they were able to work through it behind the scenes as Rachel did the work, she took classes, she educated herself, and she apologized to Matt and expressed remorse. Matt tells Us Weekly, "I don't want to come across petty because I'm not. I'm so thankful for that opportunity and to meet Rachel and that amazing group of women, but it's unfortunate that so many people are left with that sour taste in their mouth after going through something so cool when it doesn't have to be like that." And what he's referring to is The Bachelor. So many people go on the show looking for love, looking for a cool opportunity to meet people, travel, and they always leave the show with a sour taste in their mouth. Like Matt says, they feel duped by the producers, they feel manipulated, they feel hurt by all the backlash they get from America and all the fans watching, and Matt doesn't really appreciate that because he's a good guy, and he's proven to be a good guy, and him and Rachel's love is still standing strong, and he's going to be talking all about it in his new book, First Impressions, which comes out on bookstores May 3rd. I'll be reading the book, I'll be getting it, I'll be breaking it down for you guys, so let us know if you'll be reading the book, what you're most looking forward to seeing, And I mean, let us know what you guys think about all of this, because I am Team Matt James, but are you? Let us know in the comments, and before you guys go, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss out on any future Bachelor and Bachelor Nation updates. As always, I'm your host, Zachary Reality. Feel free to check out my social medias at Zachary Reality, and thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye!